Right, now the next situation we're going to be looking at is when we're driving into a one-way road. Okay, so we will know it's a one-way road because of two aspects. Okay, the first one will be that on the mouth of the entrance to the one-way road, there will be some blue signs with white arrows on them. Okay, that would refer to the fact that the lane is now one-way. Okay, you might also have one-way signs in the actual road tarmac surface itself. The other thing that's a giveaway is that all the vehicles that might be parked on the side of the road are all facing in the same direction. Okay, so a one-way road, basically you would treat it exactly the same as if you were driving normally, okay, on a normal single carriageway, except you can also use the right hand side. So at the end of the road, the examiner might say to you, at the end of the road, I'd like you to turn left please. So if that is the case, you would use the usual mirror signal position, speed and look routine, but your road position would stay towards the left, okay, approximately a meter's distance from the curb when safe to do so. If the examiner was to say to you, at the end of the road I would like you to follow the road ahead, you would do exactly the same, but this time you wouldn't signal. So if he asks you to turn left, obviously you would need to signal. If you're going to be following the road ahead, there is no requirement to signal. Okay, if you were to signal left, you would be telling everybody you were turning left, and if you don't signal, it's the universal signal to say that you're following the vehicle or you're moving the vehicle straight ahead. Okay, it's when you're turning right that it becomes a problem. So on a one-way road, if you're turning right, your road position, okay, needs to be in the right-hand lane, and that's really, really important. Okay, so if it's a one-way road and the examiner says at the end of the road, I would like you to turn right please, you must be in the right-hand lane. If you imagine, if you weren't in the right-hand lane, okay, what you'd actually do is from the left side, you would turn across, okay, other vehicles that were turning right. Okay, well that's obviously going to cause an accident, isn't it? If you're positioned here and they're positioned here and you turn right from this lane, you're going to come straight across them and that's going to cause a problem. Okay, so turning right you would use the usual MSPSL routine, but this time rather than being in the centre of the road, again you would try and maintain a distance of approximately a metre, okay, about a door's width or less when safe to do so, from the right hand curb. Okay, so one-way roads, when dealing with one-way roads, the thing that's really important is to remember at the end of the road, if he asks you to turn right, you must be in that right-hand lane. Okay. Now, one of the other issues when it comes to one-way roads, okay, is that the one-way road, when it gets to the end of the road, might not necessarily go straight into another one-way road. Okay. So, for example, if he says to you at the end of the road, I'd like you to turn left. Okay. When you actually turn into the new road, you need to make sure that that road itself is also not one way. Okay, so again, you're looking for the signpost. Alright, there'll be a warning triangle with two arrows going in the opposite directions. Okay. The last thing then when it comes to one-way roads, particularly if you're involved in a ring road situation, so for instance roads that go around the outsides of city centres. So for example, Loughborough has one that's very, very busy. Hinckley has some. Okay, Leicester Town Centre has got lots. Alright, if you are involved in a situation that it is a one-way road and you need to make sure that you know in good time which lane you need to be in, it's referred to as lane discipline. Okay, so again you're going to need to be able to read the signposts on the road. Also you're going to be able to need to read the signposts that will actually be in white on the tarmac. Okay, and there's a problem with that because sometimes people park on top of them. Alright, so the golden rule, as is the golden rule every time, is if you get yourself into a lane and you're not entirely sure whether that's the correct lane or not, okay, please make sure that you continue to go in the lane, alright, and in the direction that that lane tells you. So for example, if this examiner says to you, I'd like you to follow the road ahead, but you position yourself in the wrong lane and you can now only turn left, please, please, please continue only to turn left. Okay, what will happen is the examiner will then do a detour and it will take you back to the test route where he needs you to be. Okay, please, please, please don't do anything drastic and force your way into the correct lane, because the timing of your signal, the timing of your mirrors, your car control to be able to get into that lane is potentially going to cause you to fail your test. Alright, thank you.